So we have next for you today, Missy Stone, for Students for Life of America. She is involved with the pro-life movement and has been since the age of 14 when she volunteered with Rock for Life. She became instantly passionate about the issue of abortion, and as a Hispanic woman became particularly touched by the impact it had on the Latino community and decided she needed to do something about it. She is Students for Life of America's official spokesperson on the ground, so it's my pleasure to welcome Missy to the stage today.
Thank you so much for having me. I am so excited to be here. I'm a little short, so I'll try to stand up tall. So when I was the National Field Director for Students for Life, I worked with a lot of students across the nation on a personal level. And one of my favorite moments was when a student leader told me that she got a Facebook message from a young lady that she hadn't spoken to in years. They had gone to high school together, but they were now in college. And the young lady had said she was pregnant and she was scared. And she told her that based on our student leaders' social media accounts, she could tell that she was pro-life. And the quote was, "And aren't pro-life people supposed to help?" So the student leader built a relationship with this young lady and took her to the pregnancy center, got the ultrasound, and walked her through the journey of being pregnant, and ultimately she chose life, all because of the student leader's online presence. So this is just one example of so many stories that we see and hear that show the power of online activism and social media, not only to create and engage fellow activists, but even go as far as saving lives. So as pro-life organizations, we have to have a successful pro-life presence. So Students for Life America is the nation's largest pro-life youth organization. So our online practices are especially crucial to our success because young people are online. They live online. I'm the same. When I say young people, I am included in this. We check our phones an average of 150 times per day. And it's become a way of life for most teenagers and college students. They say that 66% of millennials check their phones even before getting out of bed, which I know that I do, and I know a lot of you guys probably are guilty of that also. So this is a key area that we recognize we have to utilize if we're going to reach young people with the pro-life message and then challenge them to get involved in the greatest human rights and justice over time. And we've seen firsthand what happens when pro-life organizations provide content that students want to share. Lives are saved. But in recent past, people have called internet activism slacktivism. But what we're seeing now is that revolutions are starting on the internet. What used to be a way of doing as little as possible, click and share and I'm done, I've done my duty, is actually creating movements where young people are now getting involved in social justice issues and things going on. For example, the Women's March started online. The Me Too campaign, and even a lot of our Students for Life groups are now coming to the March for Life and engaging on higher levels because of the activism and things that we post of what students are doing and giving them opportunities. But it all goes back to it started with the online content, and so it's not slacktivism anymore. It's the beginning of the movements. So what is our online effort? Simply put, we are creating a youth movement. And we're doing this three main ways. Being where they are, speaking their language, and informing them of what is happening, which gives them opportunities to be involved. And this is fueling students' excitement and passion for abolishing abortion. So first, we are where they are. We are on every single social media platform sharing the pro-life message and talking about what's going on in our nation. Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat. Our president, Kristen, has even found a way to utilize Pinterest, like recipes to cook while you're abolishing abortion. And our approach changes as our online culture changes. Our message never changes. Obviously, we stick to the truth about abortion and how it is impacting the pro-life generation, but our approach does. We make a concerted effort to use the apps that young people are using and get our content in front of their faces in familiar places. And this is something that we have to be vigilant about because social media is always changing. New apps are coming out, old apps are becoming irrelevant, and so staying on top of where are the young people now. It used to be Facebook, but now it's Snapchat and Instagram, and being aware of those changes and moving with it. If we want to create a movement, we have to put our message where they're going to see it. I know that's such a simple thing, but just being conscious that Snapchat is one of the biggest social media platforms right now, so we need to be using that and putting our message right in front of them and making it as easy as possible, in front of their faces, on their phones, before they get out of bed. So, secondly, we speak their language. So we are where they are, but we're also using language that's very relevant. We are edgy, which not everyone appreciates, but that's fine. The students love it. The young people love it. We use the current slang and the language that pushes the envelope, but it's how young people communicate. One of our furthest reaching social media campaigns was Planned Parenthood, go fund yourself. And then also, we are anti-abortion AF. So it's, how many pro-life organizations do you know that did a campaign called WTF, Where's the Freedom? So we use this kind of language because it shows that we're with the times. Being pro-life isn't something of the past or old school, which is kind of a misconception that people think, oh, you're pro-life because you're old school. No, we are current, and it's normal to be anti-abortion. Our movement is here, and it's now, and we're using the similar language because it makes us relatable. Talking about abortion can seem really daunting to some young people, and I mean, even everyone, but specifically to young people. And this kind of brings it to their level and invites people into the conversation that may not have come otherwise. Our movement has a language, and it just has to be one that young people understand. So we are very conscious of how we're presenting our message and what we're saying so that they can take that information and easily understand it. And third, and most importantly, we tell them what is going on and how they can get involved. It's not enough to just be present on social media platforms. We have to inform people what's happening and give them ways to be involved. A big part of that is our daily Pro-Life Gen news videos, which is my main role now. These are short videos aimed at keeping people informed on what's going on in the abortion industry and the pro-life movement. The key word is short, because our attention spans are short, but still informative. Most of our Pro-Life Gen news videos deal with pop culture, Planned Parenthood, because that's what young people are interested in, and that's what is going on their campuses. We touch on politics and highlight amazing things other pro-life organizations are doing also, but it's just a quick, here's what's happening, like California trying to pass the bill saying that pregnancy centers have to promote abortion, or hey, Planned Parenthood is doing this crazy thing on a campus over here. This way, students are informed of what's going on in their area, and also it gives them an opportunity to engage. Like, oh, Planned Parenthood is doing this in our state. No thanks. We're going to do something about that, and therefore we have our movement. And I've had a lot of people thank me for these videos, saying that they've helped educate them on what's going on in the world. And so I'm just going to show you one. I don't know where we're showing it. Oh, there it is. This is just one example of the Pro-Life Gen News.
Bad Mom Mila Kunis, pranks for Planned Parenthood. Hey everyone, I'm Missy Stone with Students for Life, and this is your Pro-Life Gen News. That 70s show star Mila Kunis recently revealed a hilarious prank she's been playing on Vice President Mike Pence. Kunis said she set up an anonymous monthly donation in Mike Pence's name to Planned Parenthood. Every month, the donation is processed and Planned Parenthood sends a thank you letter to Mike Pence. Kunis saw it as a way of reminding the vice president that some women disagree with his platform. First of all, I know plenty of women, including myself, who agree with his pro-life views, and we're proud to have a vice president who wants to actually protect and care for women and children. Second of all, Mike Pence is a busy guy. The letters Planned Parenthood sends him probably never reach his desk. And Pence doesn't seem like the kind of guy who's just waiting to read the next donor letter from Planned Parenthood or to even really care this is happening. But if Mila wants to waste her money on a corrupt abortion empire and a petty attempt to insult the vice president, go right ahead. And that's what caught her eye today. I'm Missy Stone with Students for Life. See you tomorrow.
So we put those out daily, but it's just quick, relatable, and informative. Just one final thought when it comes to posting things and being online. We can't be afraid of the comment section or Facebook debates. We share the truth unapologetically. If people want to leave rude comments, which they usually do on these, go right ahead. If they want to argue it out, it's fine. We're going to be honest and forthcoming about abortion and Planned Parenthood, and we can't let Facebook bullies keep us from sharing the truth. So help us continue to build the pro-life generation movement, produce relevant, relatable content on platforms that young people use, keep them informed, and give them opportunities to engage. We don't want them to just stay behind their computers, and we can't either, but this is at least one step to creating a movement.